It's pretty exciting to think we might only be 3 months away from Cybertruck deliveries. Like, we've been talking about the Cybertruck for so long, and I know it's not vaporware, but I guess kind of in my brain it still kind of sounds mythical because it's been years and years of waiting without any actual deliveries, and saying 3 months away just sounds wrong in my head. It's like, no, that's not possible. But there's more and more evidence suggesting that Tesla is not just blowing smoke, and they are actually getting closer to official Cybertruck production and deliveries, and we've got a few hints to compile for you today, starting with, in my opinion, one of the coolest sightings ever. In Mountain View, California, the Cybertruck in a cryptic and disguising camouflage wrap has been spotted. Apparently, according to Elon, this is a tradition by the Tesla engineering team. Every time they finalize a prototype, they drive it to In-N-Out, and yes, they actually took this Cybertruck in its very clean and unique wrap through the drive-through at In-N-Out, probably getting all kinds of pictures and videos. I still personally don't think Tesla needs a PR department. I mean, when your product looks like that, no, just drive it around town for a little while. That's all the PR you need. And in the videos spotting it, they actually can see the rear wheel steering in action, which has been awesome. And there's little design updates we've noticed with this prototype as well, like the top of the doors on the side where the hinge would attach. You can see a little bit more of a cutout. I'm not exactly sure how that helps with much, but a little bit of a door design difference. But I still have to question, why would Tesla use a disguising camouflage in the first place? Yes, it's funny to put it on the Cybertruck because everybody knows what it looks like anyway, but they haven't done this with previous prototypes. Why would they do it now? Well, my guess is it's because the design is close enough to the final production model that they're going to start building that they decided, okay, now this is like a Delta prototype, so let's actually wrap it up as we would any other prototype. And the other difference people are spotting is the lack of woke on this one. Yes, that name is sticking around for me. You don't have to call it that, but a much more round steering wheel than usual has certainly been spotted on this prototype, which is giving a lot of people hope that definitely just want a traditional steering wheel, which still confuses me. Like, okay, you like normal steering wheels because you like normal vehicles, but why the heck do you want to buy a Cybertruck if you're interested in buying a normal vehicle, right? This thing is so unique. It's going to turn so many heads. And I'm sorry, even if you're not a super social person and you're an introvert, everywhere you drive that thing, people are going to be asking you questions. What is that? Why did you buy it? That looks ugly. That looks weird. Can it drive itself? Can it fly? Is it bulletproof? Can I shoot it? You know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Texas people in Cybertruck that just think, oh wow, that's the new Tesla Cybertruck. Let's shoot it because it's bulletproof, right? Until they discover that, nah, it's still going to cause damage. The exoskeleton is bulletproof to a 9mm handgun. That doesn't mean any bullet will penetrate it, but okay. Besides the point, I do think that the Cybertruck woke is probably more likely to go into production simply because I think Tesla has a ton of people paying attention to everything going on in the social media space. I've seen evidence of that. Even though they don't make it super obvious, I do think they're listening. I do think they're watching our videos. They're reading comments. And for the most part, the public has been very, very positive, in my opinion, to the response of that squircle design of the Cybertruck steering woke. And because the response of it has been so positive, and I think it kind of blends in with the dystopian future that the Cybertruck's starting to blend in with, I'm guessing they're keeping that around, and the prototype we're seeing may have a full steering wheel, but maybe that's just for testing and calibration purposes. In the long run, I do think it would be nice if Tesla allowed you the option, just like they do on the Model S and X, where you can get a full wheel if you want, or if you pay a little bit extra, you can have the steering yoke for those who want it. But because Tesla is going to be going through the very complex production ramp for the Cybertruck, I think they're probably going to just pick one, either the steering wheel, the steering woke, or the yoke, and just only have that as the default option for probably the first couple of years of production, because it's going to be a very difficult vehicle to ramp, despite what a lot of people say. Well, there's no paint shop, so that makes it easy. Well, there sure seems to be a heck of a lot of paint engineers Tesla has to keep hiring for if there's no paint shop. And on top of that, Elon Musk himself is the one saying it will not be easy. This is a completely different way to manufacture a vehicle. All of the processes that go into bending and mass producing the exoskeleton are not something they can translate from any previous produced vehicle like the Model 3. They just brought over a lot of the parts and techniques for the Model Y. And that's why I think people's expectations about the production ramp are likely way out of control, because they see how quickly the Model Y ramped up, but I think inherently the Cybertruck is just a far more complex vehicle. That's what Elon is saying. That's what Tesla is alluding to. It's got the most crazy any air suspension we've ever seen. This exoskeleton has never been attempted. We've also never seen Tesla ramp production of armored glass. I don't know if that's been scrapped or not. This has got that complex vault with the tonneau cover and everything. I'm guessing that's probably gonna break just like Rivian's did. And it's got the higher voltage architecture. This is the first time they're ramping production of a vehicle with 1,000 volts, and it's gonna require a much larger battery pack than the Model S or X. Both of those vehicles also ramped a lot slower. New displays, new cameras, new software. I don't think it's gonna ramp quickly, but a lot of the debate going on right now is how many Cybertrucks can Tesla build when fully ramped. And Electric has allegedly got some information on that from contacting Cybertruck suppliers, saying that Tesla is already ordering components for the Cybertruck to optimize for about 375,000 vehicles per year, which is an interesting number to hear because that's not what Elon said at the shareholder meeting. He alluded to 250,000 vehicles a year. But because Elon's been so focused on Twitter over the past year and SpaceX, I question if he's really up to date on the latest info. I know some of you freak out whenever I suggest that. Oh my god, Elon, he's the techno king. He knows everything that's going on at Tesla. Of course he's well aware. Well, at that same shareholder meeting, people were asking him about SAS, which is software as a service, and he didn't really know what they meant by that, or the state of Tesla insurance, like when is that expanding to more states, and he was not aware. He had to ask other people from Tesla's board for the answers on that, which they did have definitive answers that he did not. So personally, I think that Elon is a very busy guy, clearly, and because of that, he may not have the most up-to-date information, because he said also that the Cybertruck would ramp up to 250,000 a year back at Battery Day 3 years ago. He said the same number as he said today. So that might just be the number that he remembers, but if Tesla is ordering different part numbers from different suppliers, maybe there's a bigger plan at play. And a lot of people are speculating that's the case because 250,000 may sound like a lot, but compared to the pickup truck market that we already have in the United States, it's actually quite low, to be honest. And at other gigafactories like Giga Berlin and GigaTexas, they've said from the beginning we plan on building 500,000 Model Ys a year. So to build half as many Cybertrucks, even though in the United States, where the Cybertruck is targeting, pickup trucks sell better than the SUVs do. F-150's been the best-selling vehicle for decades, and those pickup trucks sell in the 500,000, 600,000 plus category per year. So Tesla keeping it to 250K is actually quite low, which is I think why most people are a little bit confused. They're like, why stop at 250K? Is the market not big enough for it, or is GigaTexas not big enough for it? Maybe Elon is right and there's more that we don't know, because I definitely think it's possible that Tesla could just be ordering components and parts in bulk from suppliers, and they're probably locking in prices and components further ahead than they actually need, just so they have that supply to pull from and they have less price fluctuations to account for in the future. So I wouldn't put too much weight in the rumors surrounding 375,000 a year, because they're just rumors right now, and just ordering components doesn't necessarily mean that's your capacity, because like Sandy Munro said, the Cybertruck is only going to be ramped as fast as its slowest components, and just because they're ordering one component in a lot of bulk, that doesn't mean all of the components will also be available at that same rate. But we do know that Tesla is testing and calibrating their 9,000-ton gigapresses, because Joe Techmeyer has been spotting lots of new rear casting pieces that are pretty clearly for the Cybertruck outside the factory. So that's a great sign for mass production starting in the not too distant future. They clearly aren't castings that would fit with the Model Y. We know what those look like, and these are not that. So we've got prototypes being wrapped at Tesla's engineering headquarters, going through in and out, which apparently is a tradition for that team. We've got castings outside the factory, and we've got rumors about tons and tons of components being ordered for very, very high production rates. So that's the evidence we've got right now. My hope is by the next time I do a Cybertruck production hints video, it will be because we finally are going to get the EPA test results of the Cybertruck. That's one I'm very, very excited for, because if it's anything like the launch of the Model Y, we should get the efficiency numbers and the maximum range when that happens, because it's not an announcement made by Tesla. That's from the fueleconomy.gov. So if Tesla wants to sell the Cybertruck to everyday people, it has to be tested by them, and typically they test it and reveal the results far before first deliveries begin. So most likely that's a stage we're going to have to see before the official delivery event, which Elon said would be in September. Wouldn't be surprised if it gets pushed towards October, but at least right now it's scheduled for end of Q3. So here's hoping it doesn't get delayed any further than it already has, because man, it's been a long wait. And I know you guys are desperate for price information and range information and efficiency information. The only reason I don't think Tesla Tesla is going to give us much price information is because they're constantly fluctuating the prices of their vehicles. Just the other day, they increased the price of the Model Y all-wheel drive by $250. Model S and X prices fluctuate, Model 3 prices fluctuate. So why would they reveal a price if they're going to change it in a couple weeks anyway? They're probably going to start with deliveries just to employees this year, and the employees will be under NDA. They won't talk about the price. This is exactly what happened with the Model Y all-wheel drive and the Semi. They start deliveries, but it's just to selective customers, and they don't have to reveal the pricing quite yet. So the price is probably not going to be revealed as quickly as we'd like, but the range and efficiency numbers, that's way more challenging to keep under wraps. Model Y all-wheel drive efficiency numbers and range was published over a month before first deliveries began. So that means we could get the EPA numbers on the Cybertruck in July or August, and I'll be very, very excited and eager to post that video so we can talk about what trim they're starting with first, because the EPA document won't disclose if it's a tri-motor or a dual motor or a quad motor, but we'll probably be able to speculate a ton based on the weight, which it will disclose, and the maximum range numbers. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and let me know what you're most excited for in regards to these Cybertruck hints down in the comments below. And thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again. Have an excellent rest of your day.